Hey, what's up? It's Andy Leo from Crown the Empire, and you're watching Tattoo.com.
Hey guys, it's Mischievous Mel live here at the last Warped Tour in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for Tattoo.com, the Edge Rock Radio, with the one and only Crown the Empire. Woo!
Hey, how are you?
Oh my fucking god. So now that I've only made a total ass of myself off camera, let's make an ass of myself on camera. Alright. I got a talker. I'm so excited about it, right?
Yep.
Crown the Empire. You guys are awesome. You guys got new music out. You want to tell them what they're going to get with their new music if they haven't yet been smart enough to fucking check it out on their own, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've kind of entered like this new plane of like this gritty in a new way. You know, the Warped Tour is obviously, you know, on its last leg, and so a bunch of bands are kind of going to be left out in open water, and a lot of people have been trying to adapt their sound and kind of become this new thing, and we've kind of figured out, you know, how to stay ourselves but also do it in a new cool way. So yeah, the new music, we just put out a song called 2020. It's pretty dope. We're playing it all Warped Tour. It's out on everything, and yeah, we're working on the music right now. We got August to finish the record, and it's going really well.
I love the fact that it's out there and fresh for people to see, because like you say, this is going away, and there's going to be a lot of bands that are gonna miss out on the crossover and what's next, and you guys are staying fucking relevant.
Yeah.
And it's I like how you explain that, because I would have no clue about it.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of people, you know, a lot of bands that were kind of making it, doing the same type of, literally the same style of music, almost like the same chords and everything. It's just like it became so saturated so quickly that like there wasn't this shining beacon of like what underground rock culture is, you know, like everybody has like a handful of bands right off the top of their head that like were the defining moments of that specific culture. And so with that kind of fizzling out right now, it's exciting to be like, oh, we're still good. Like everybody, like people come out and see us like, okay, we're fine. Now all we need to do is, you know, I'm waiting to see who the next big thing, you know, what the next big explosion is going to be like. So it's fun being on Warped Tour, touring with a bunch of people all trying to do the same thing, because if somebody does well, we all do well. You know, yeah, keep it fresh, keep it cool. That's the main key for everything.
So for you, being in this scene and seeing this, what is it like to be playing the last of something that created, you know, so much for so many bands? How is that? By the way, you're beautiful.
Thanks. I fidget. But yeah, there was a time where being on Warped Tour was like the pinnacle of success for this band. Like where we were just like, we have to get on it. We were in the same garage, you know, just being like, one day we'll make it on Warped Tour. And yeah, being asked to do it. This is our 4th time, and it's you know, we jumped on it the second I said it was going to be the last one. Yeah, it's come full circle so many times now, and like getting recognition, and even like, hey, good album from bands that I legitimately listened to growing up. Like I had babysitters that showed me a lot of these bands' music and stuff. So being able to be like, hey, good shit. I'm like, oh, thanks, wow, holy hell. Is something that I don't think I could ever get, or I will ever get again. So it's awesome.
Who are some of those bands? Oh, I have you do the heavy lifting. Yeah. If you don't want to shut them out, you don't have to. But you know.
There was a ton. The Used was on for a little bit. Taking Back Sunday for a few days. Every Time I Die, who shares a stage with us. You know, all these bands that, you know, I don't want to get too like, you know, emo kid, but of course, like I've watched music. I had about 20 minutes every morning of downtime before the bus got there. I could watch some music videos, and I watched the same band's music videos every morning for like my entire life. So yeah, it's been great, and they know I love them. I've tried to keep it cool, you know, keep it low key, just like, oh yeah, whatever, oh, it's those guys, yeah, what's up, dude? But inside I'm like, oh fuck. But, yeah.
So you're like this, you're like, oh my god, I'm standing next to the rock, no big deal. Oh my god, it's the fucking rock!
Internally,
right?
I'm internally squealing, but
you ever jumped up and down in front of any of them yet?
No way, no, cold face killer right here, look at this. See,
no.
See, look at that, see, you can't.
You're too cute to have that. You're like I'm like a mother. You got like a little baby face going. It's okay.
I'm not cute. I'm metal, right?
He's baby face metal man. There you go.
Yeah.
To be fair, there was like a crime dude that was Babyface Nelson, yes. Or was that from Bugs Bunny?
No, that was a real guy. No, that was a real guy for sure.
Yeah, so there you go. Oh my god, my wires are so crossed right now. But since, you know, I've fucked with everybody, we got new music, we talked last Warped Tour, but we have not yet hit ink. And I feel like we should talk ink, don't you?
Let's do it.
Let's show me some ink, baby.
Cool, hold on, I'll just take off my shirt. I have my,
yes, finally.
I got a bunch.
You just did that because you knew I'd be pawing at it anyway, and this made you feel more comfortable.
I'm stoked on these because this is my newest guy here. But most of this is all the same dude, Dave Fox in Philadelphia. He's like an old school metal dude. He's trained with like traditional Japanese, but eventually just kind of did his own style, mixes all the inks by hand, and does like some, I don't know, I asked him just to do his thing. I just trusted him that much. And so yeah, he just kind of gave me like a bunch of crazy psychedelic eyeballs, scary face, all kinds of stuff. And he also did my chest with my hairy nips here. Boom. And then this guy was Fujimoto out of Dallas. Did all my black stuff. But yeah. And then this is my newest guy here. This was Judd Bowman out of Los Angeles, California.
So do you plan on getting any more?
Yes, I have an appointment with this girl named Jessie Manchester, and I found her on Instagram, and she does like these big geometrical tribal type of deals. I know it's like a big like trendy thing right now, but she does it in a way that's like super unique. I think she's from Germany, but she just moved to LA. So I sent her a message like, please let me get in. And she's just like, okay, fine, we'll schedule something for August. So my full back is gonna be getting worked on here pretty soon. I'm excited.
You know what she was doing in that moment? What? The same thing you were. I'm all cool, and she was like, oh my fucking god, it's Carly Empire, I'm gonna be tattooing. Yeah, I know, that's totally what happened. I mean, you know, not to bust her out or anything, but I'm guaranteeing.
I'm trying to shout her out. Be like, hey, please don't forget about me. Like, I know you got a long list.
So, what inspired you to do the color versus the black and gray?
Just a fan of different styles, really. Being in Dallas and having the opportunity to kind of see it's a huge tattoo community. So there's all types of different styles. You know, you have like your Elm Street tattoos as well as like your like sketchy hood stuff too. You know, anything you want is there. But this guy, Dave Fox, I found from my drummer. His first piece on his shoulder was like super gorgeous, and then we made a trip out of it. We made like a bro trip for my birthday, went out to Philly and started it, but then I just couldn't stop. I kept going back, and it was like kind of a hassle to save money to fly to Philly from wherever I was to get tattooed, but definitely worth it for sure.
Well, if you got a person that you're willing to travel for, they're worth keeping.
Yeah, absolutely. He's so cool, and he, you know, I hit up a person on Instagram once that asked me for $5,000 deposit on like a piece, and I was like, okay. Whatever, like, you know what, let's do this. You know, it's a commitment. I totally get it. You know, my touring schedule is wild. Like, I'm gone 6 months out of the year. And he's like, yeah, I'm definitely flexible. We have NFL players and stuff. Here, let me send you the schedule. Send him the money. The schedule is 5 years of tattooing. I'm there twice a month for 5 years until the back piece is supposedly done. And I'm like, I'm a little guy. Like, I'm not that big. Like, my back isn't like, and I was like, oh, dude. I was like, you fucked me. You try and fuck me here. So it was a whole deal. Scared him with like lawyers and stuff. Got my money back, but I was like, I told that story to Dave, who did my tattoos, and he was like, these fucking kids don't know anything. He was infinitely better than that guy. So I was like, thanks for keeping it real, Dave. Love you to death. Yeah.
See, there's more horror stories to tattoo than just finding the right artist and the right thing. I mean, they can fuck you like a $2 whore without a bag. Right?
The internet, yeah. Wow, I have never heard that one. I'm gonna use that. Yeah.
Put it in a song. New album.
That's new single title. No, the internet has made it really weird. A really weird landscape to make things like that okay. I have this piece on my ankle. I don't know if you want to look.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That's all good. It's on this side. It's kind of bled, but it was braces, vampire teeth. You know, this dude is out in LA. Oh, his name is Thorn Walker. I walked into his spot and I hear like opera music playing, like old French opera. I open it up and it's just a guy wearing a mask and a table, like all white room with like this giant vanity and like these weird like jars of liquid. It looked like Great Gatsby style and like all these Greek statues and stuff. I was like, what's going on here? His assistant comes up to me. He's like, hey, what did you want? I was like, oh, I thought I sent in the email. I guess the guy just doesn't talk. The guy with the mask was like, came over, I sat down. His assistant was like, hey, you want cold brew, right? And the guy just looked at him, and he walked out. And I was like, okay, let me see if you can like. I was like, oh, cold brew, huh? I was like, shit's like jet fuel, right? And he just didn't say a word, just kept tattooing me. So I guess that's just his thing. Like, through the internet, you have to have like all kinds of weird gimmicks, but he didn't say a word to me for like 2 hours.
That had to be fucked up because as a talker, I know what it's like when there's nobody talking.
It was weird, but I was like, I respect. Like, if this is your thing, this is your thing. But yeah, it was definitely weird to see like a.
That was a Dexter type moment.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? We took up a lot of your time. I could sit here and talk to you forever now that I got my shit back together, but it's surreal. I mean, this is a surreal event. If you're especially if you're playing the stages, if you've been a fan, this is goodbye to an era. But thank God to bands like yours for fucking doing what's coming next. When you say what's next, dude, you're what's next, okay? Like, just fucking enough. So that's it. It's Mischievous Mel signing off, and stay tuned to Tattoo.com and the Edge Rock Radio.